Wow, hello guys, it's LegoShowtv here, and as you can see, I am on a webcam, and this is okay to do this type of thing on, I guess. Um, but today I will be talking about something that's kind of late-ish. Um, yeah, by like a year and a half. Um, I am talking about the TMNT Movie 1. Now, this is not the 2007 one, it is the 2014 one. And not many of you know, but besides Legos and Minecraft, I liked I like Power Rangers um, on the side, and I like Pokemon and TMNT because they're all things that my cousins used to like, and I learned to like them. And I was a big fan of the 2003 Ninja Turtles, and yeah. But this movie, 2014, and I just watched it, so bear with me if I get things wrong. Um, I actually cannot say where I got it, where I watched it, but but yeah, uh, some of you can guess probably. But okay, so this movie is Michael Bay, and he's the same guy who makes Transformers and is making Tmnt Out of Shadows, which actually comes out tomorrow. Um, which I may or may not go see. And I'll tell you my thoughts and commentary at the end, but I'm gonna give you the best I can. I've been watching Andre Black Nerd, and I learned some decent stuff from him, and how to act like this. Um, and as you know, I think I did a review on the Force Awakens ish, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to recap it in the best way I can, and yeah. Okay, so the movie starts out, and oh, okay, uh, the movie starts out with April O'Neil. She's trying to get the story on it, and basically she has this girlfriend, or girlfriend, I meant boyfriend or friend, who works with her, and April O'Neil is the girl. Spoiler right now. This is not going to be a non-spoiler review at all. Um, the best I can remember stuff. Because I have a hard time on some movies remembering. Um, but basically, what happens is she's trying to get a good news story and the Foot Clan, which is the guys who work for the Shredder. Shredder is the bad guys. If you've never watched the TMNT movie or any of that stuff, you know, or you should know if you've watched it what the Shredder is. And yeah, I've known it half my life. So yeah, and there's actually a few Ninja Turtle episodes on my channel back long ago. Um, and so typically, uh, typically she's trying to get a story, and the Foot Clan's attacking, and she comes across the Foot Clan, and she sees them getting all this stuff, and Karai is actually in this, which is actually pretty cool because I only remember her in the TMNT 2012 series, which I don't like at all. I used to like it, but now I don't because it looks really bad compared to the animation used in 2003. Um, and when she sees them, uh, she sees or Karai's in charge of it, and then they're they try to take this mutagen or whatever stuff they're trying to get, and they tried to take it to Shredder. And then Leonardo comes and he jumps, and April sees him and tries to get a picture for her story. She later ends up later telling her friend this. And then skipping some stuff, some minor stuff, we get to see Splinter, which I'm honestly going to say looks ugly, but he is a rat, so yeah, he will look ugly. and honestly, yeah, I'll say my review till later, the thing to the end. But this movie is pretty cool. Anyway, they go to the sewer, and there's this. They have a problem with the movie first starts out. The credit scene first starts out with Splinter talking, saying that they're not ready to go, but they really truly are. And they do a lot of respectable things that they do in 2003, like first going to the surface and stuff, and April O'Neil. And so they actually, before they get to the sewer part, they meet April O'Neil when she sees them all, and she then goes to this news reporter woman who I think is from The View. I'm not for sure, but she is from The View, and I think she looked like somebody from there. If you know what that is, it's a TV show. But she was playing a role, and she's one of those, like in Batman versus Superman, where the guys don't believe them and stuff, and so yeah, she don't believe him. And then there's this guy named Eric Sachs. He this is where the spoilers. He actually is working for Shredder, and back before that, they get in trouble because they went to the surface without telling Master Splinter, and he finds out, and there's this room, it's like a punishment room, and it's called a Hiroshi or whatever it's called, something with an H, and Hiroshi is from Ninjago, and these jokes they have is pretty funny. He mentions Batman. I think Mikey or Raph mentions Batman, and they also mention a Jedi, which is like Star Wars, and yeah. So he eventually will tell them to bring down the girl, April O'Neil, and April O'Neil tells that actually does create the turtles. She actually, her father worked with Sachs, and he created a turtle, but the building caught on fire where the turtles were at, the lab. So, and then they went down a sewer. If you've seen the 2003 version, you know that. And if you've seen any versions of before, you should know it. And then, so then the Foot Clan, and I'm also sorry if I get these out of order, but I'm condensing this as best as I can. The Foot Clan and them then figure out that that they know Shredder knows where they are, and Shredder attacks. And if you remember, Lego actually did make these sets, like a sewer attack thing. That's actually good in it. The big Tinker truck thing is in it. and probably other ones too. In the shell razor thing, it's in there, of course, and yeah, uh, so they eventually get into their base, and destroy the turtles, then capture them, and then Sax is helping Shredder. You see, there's an origin story there. Um, Sax was helping April. He tells her that her father um, died in the thing when he actually killed him. And uh, Shredder is actually like a father to Sax, and he helps him deliver this mutagen or this poisoning across the world, across New York. And the mutagen that created the turtles can help them do something. And I really forgot. Uh, but yeah. Then um, after they captured Raphael, April, and the other guy, that calls her O'Neill, um, she discovers that the turtles are alive after all this time and tells Sack, which is an honest mistake. Um, but yeah, they eventually have another encounter with the turtles, and Splinter almost dies, and yeah, so they start then toward the end, um, um, invading the Saks building, and I think there actually is a spot where Baxter Stockman, who is spoiler, in the next movie, um, will be. Uh, oh, sorry about that. My screen just went black. You didn't see that, but yeah, my screen just went black. It was weird. It was sleep mode, and so I think um that there will be a lab where Stockman is and stuff. Stockman, he's pretty annoying. And my prediction as far as Shredder goes is Sax, he could still be possibly alive, or the original Shredder still be alive, and him possibly die in the second movie, and Sax take over um, and stuff. But so uh, anyway, where was I? Shredder attack, on top building, encounter. Uh, yeah, they have another encounter with him, almost fall off building, eventually defeat him, crush him to the ground, fall off almost a couple of buildings. Then there's this part where they're falling and they have all these memories, and they confess the stuff, and Raphael goes, I love you, I believe in you, I'm sorry I'm being a jerk. And yeah. But pretty cool. And then they're like invading the movie. I actually remember seeing these commercials and stuff for this movie, 2014. Um, there was the part with Bebop Mikey, and the part where he takes off the hood or his mask, and it's like with the turtle. I mean, just the turtle. It's just a mask and stuff, and then it goes. And then there goes the music, the MC Mikey stuff. And Shredder's defeated, but at the end you see him wiggle his hand, so he's kind of alive still. And then we get to the very end after all that, and the movie's basing its climax, and so it comes to an end, and April goes and sees the guy. I thought he was gonna like um, proposed to her or something at the end. I don't know. But yeah. They were in like under a bridge and stuff, and then the turtles pull up, and they actually do revive Master Splinter and stuff. And then after that, he tells them that they are ready to go. And Mikey, they pull up at his shell raiser, and the little shell raiser. And then he accidentally, the guy who works for Channel 6, um, actually has a new car, but he tears up the other one that he has earlier in the movie because he rams the door of Sax's house. And yeah, it's really funny. There's a lot of good action scenes in this movie. I gotta brag about that. And yeah, but then he okay, he actually he he accidentally launches a missile into the guy's car, and he had just bought it and he was mad. And then they had to go home. So, and then the movie ends. It's basically a good ending. And overall, this movie was actually better than I thought. I honestly think that it did really good, and more than critics would say, better than Batman and Superman a year ahead, a year before Batman and Superman's release, a year or two before its release, and a year before The Force Awakens. And yeah, that's about it for this review. And over my thoughts and commentary, this is actually a good movie. It's actually better than Transformers, or any of those movies that Michael Bay's ever made. And I look forward to hopefully whenever this does come on, where I can see it, to go or to watch it. And yeah, I can't wait for this review. Andre Blattner's already seen the movie. Go watch his review. He's really good. He does all kinds of good movie reviews. And yeah, I took a lot from him, learning how to do this review stuff. And yeah, that's about it for this movie review. If you did like it, please comment, subscribe, and if you want more movies, I probably will review the Power Rangers movie when it comes out, a new one. And yeah, if you did like this movie, please tell me your thoughts, comment in the section below. Please don't spoil it for people. I'm sorry I can't tell you where I watched this. It was not on DVD, I just tell you that. But yeah, that's about it for this review. So please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!